Hello, thank you for taking a few moments with me in the Word. Happy 4th of July, celebrating the birthday of our great nation, one nation under God. This morning, I want to talk to you about the goodness of God. In Exodus chapter 3, Moses, he asked God to see his glory. Now, God didn't say no to him. What God did is he described what his glory would look like. And God told him that he would pass all of his goodness before him. The glory is God's very nature, all that he is and all that he has. And he defined his glory as his goodness. Our God is a good God. So God didn't want Moses to make a mistake in knowing who he is. And he still reminds the New Testament church of that. In James, he tells us, I believe this is James chapter 1 and verse 16, he says, "Do not err, beloved brethren. Every good and every perfect gift is from above, and cometh down from the Father of lights, in whom there's no variableness or shadow or turning." So again, in the New Testament, he's saying, don't make a mistake about who I am. He would not make that statement, not to make a mistake about who he is, unless we have the potential to not really realize who God is. And he describes who he is, that every good and perfect gift comes down from the Father of lights. So don't settle for anything less than perfect. You might be in the process. You might be going from faith to faith, but don't stop until that thing is perfected, because God doesn't change on that. It's every good and perfect gift. I think this is interesting. In Matthew chapter 7, and I'm going to read it out of the Passion, beginning with verse 9. "Do you know of any parent who would give his hungry child who asks for food a plate of rocks instead? Or when asked a piece of fish, what parent would offer his child a snake instead? If you, imperfect as you are, know how to lovingly take care of your children and give them what's best, how much more ready is your Heavenly Father to give wonderful gifts to those who ask him?" Now, evidently, he thought it very necessary to put this in the Word, because we may blame God for some things. And hasn't the world and the church blamed God for things? I mean, if there's a national disaster, they'll blame it on God. If there's sickness and disease, they'll blame it on God. I mean, God gets blamed for so much. And he wants us to understand, as his sons and his daughters, he says, if you're going to ask anything of me, I'm not going to give you something evil, something awful, something bad. He's going to give us a good and perfect gift, and he does not change his mind on that. Our God is a good God, and he's good all the time. I love you, and I look forward to being with you the next time.